Warning. It is the opinion of the 4th Street Productions LLC and the Working Perspectives podcast that we should inform you that some of the language used in this recording could possibly be considered offensive. You have been warned, so if you decide to listen to the recording, then don't complain about the language.
You think you're so fucking great because you went to college, got your master's, never did heroin, and our mother loves you the most. Well, I gotta say, bullshit, I matter too. All right?
Like, if I want to give a hand job, let's go to the side of my house that Steve calls Hand Job Alley, but I won't use Polar Sport lotion because it'll burn your dick.
If the phrase, "I'll give you something to cry about," was a person, he'd be sitting right next to me wearing a very, very pink hat.
Jamie was sexually molested as a kid. I don't know if a lot of people know that or not. And every night, that traumatic event replays in her perpetrator's mind, tortured by the awfulness.
Believe it or not, Steve graduated high school. Little known fact is that Steve's #1 subject in high school was being a wigger.
Hi, hello, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. On the show today, he's a single father from the North Wales area. He's a veteran of the show and of the world. His name is Liam Reese. Hello, Liam. Next up, we have the female voice of the Working Perspectives podcast and the newest member of the crew, the amazing Jamie Iglesias. Coming to us next, hailing from 40 Fort, Pennsylvania. He's the man, the myth, the one and only Benoit Podcasy himself, Bern Podcasy. Come on in, Bern. Up next, returning to the studio for the first time in a long time. He smells bad. He can't read good. His girlfriend is way too good looking for him. It's the one and only JDub, Justin Richardson. All right. Up next, he's been here for a while. He's a man that's been around, seen some things. He's dropped more sponsorships from this podcast than anybody else. The one and only Strong Stem, Steve Cabot. All right, so on the show today, it is the 2-year anniversary roast of the one and only Steve Cabot. Steve, have a seat right here.
It's our objective to be effective by voicing societies, working perspective, exploring your day and how you get paid, launching a new episode every Tuesday. Your day can transform while we inform with new episodes available on every platform. So check out our vibe and how we get live, then do us a solid. Share and subscribe. Would you share it? Would you share it? Would you share it? Working Perspectives.
Really non-reaction from Steve there. Expected a lot more. So, like I said, it is Steve's 113th appearance on the Working Perspectives podcast. Super proud of him. Can't thank him enough. But we're going to roast him. And we're going to roast him fucking good. So, first up, to start off this roast, I'm super excited to have him here, Liam Reese. Let's go.
All right. Alrighty. Matt, thank you very much. The hosts with the most. This guy brought us all together. I really only have one gripe. The word gimmick. What the fuck, dude? I've never met somebody that likes the word gimmick so much. I don't really have anything against the word gimmick. It's a weird fucking choice.
Yeah, well, that's
Bern's here
hey, Bern. Hey, yeah.
Pleasure to be here.
from 44 PA, which I never heard of until I met Bern. But what I want to know is what kind of godless Pennsylvania hellhole has like no home teams whatsoever, because that seems to be your excuse for. I looked it up. So New York Giants, maybe, you know what I mean? Like you could argue it's like equidistant from 40 foot, like New York and Philadelphia, maybe. But I got to call the Celtics.
Ooh.
Celtics are huge rivals of the Sixers.
Sure.
And that's just like when you grow up around here, there's some asshole that's a Cowboys fan, dude. And they're like, oh, I'd like the Star. They were great when I was a kid. No, they're lying. Those people just like fucking making people mad and like arguing.
Yep. Every town needs a con.
And I think that's Bern.
Yeah. Very nice.
Jamie, I don't really know you. But you have the same name as my sister, so we're going to roll with that.
Good. Nice.
You think you're so fucking great because you went to college, got your master's, never did heroin, and our mother loves you the most. Well, I gotta say, bullshit. I matter too.
Yeah.
All right. JDub. JDub actually is very fucking funny. And a lot of the times I love listening to what comes out of his mouth.
Yep.
But there are some times that leave me scratching my fucking head. I could not imagine like living with JDub and he's just sitting there ripping a blunt. Like, could you imagine if this dog was a fucking boy, how we would treat it? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
If this dog was a boy, I'd beat it to death. Is what I do.
Now, Steve, moving on to the man of the hour.
Man of the hour.
Steve Stubbins Cabot. I don't know why we thought this was a good idea. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I can kind of like he's sitting there and I think he's got the glasses on, so you just can't see like the gears like turning in his head and the fucking wires short circuiting and everything.
Yeah.
Because like people will say like, you know, Steve is argumentative and he's vulgar and he's loud. And I say like, yeah, sometimes he's argumentative, vulgar, and loud. But whatever the fourth thing we said, I don't believe it. So they don't know him like I do. He's actually pretty patient. One time he let me finish a whole sentence before he berated me for a half hour.
Jamie, pop for the fucking joke. Like,
Seriously though, Steve is fucking awesome, man. It hasn't even been a week since Steve bailed me out. I was on the side of the road, fucking flat tire, on Friday at fucking 6 p.m. Most of the time you call in a favor, people don't even answer the phone. There's people in my family that wouldn't fucking pick up and help me, you know? Not this guy. He came and he wasn't even like, you know, he was like cheery about it, like, hey, what's up, man? You know what I mean? That's good stuff.
yeah.
It's good people.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure.
Shitty people don't do that. You know what I mean? They don't. So yeah, that's kind of my point. Steve's good people. You're all good people. And I haven't always been. So thanks for doing this with me, having me on the show. It's been awesome. And I look forward to doing it every week.
All right. Great job. Great job.
Awesome. All right, great stuff. Thank you, Liam. Just so you know, the idea for the roast was Justin's. So we can all thank him for that.
I wanted it to be you.
Well, we're going to roast everybody here, I assume. Nice. But thank you so much, Liam. That was great. Moving on, it's the female voice of the Working Perspectives podcast, the newest member, the one and only Jamie Iglesias. Very nice.
No, not at all. All right, man. I'm glad I didn't try to memorize it because I couldn't.
Make sure you talk about it.
Okay. Man, I'm looking around. There's not a lot of diversity in here tonight. We're like we're like one white guy away from a Klan meeting. Matt, I love what you did with your hair. How did you get it to come out of your nostrils like that? Did you guys know Justin's a very religious person? He actually models his life after Jesus, meaning he's a Jew who's only been nailed 3 times. All right, Liam. I mean, I would burn you, but burning trash is an environmental hazard.
I am.
All right, Bern, you the fashion sense of autistic grade schooler and the class of a nursing home orgy.
Oh my God. That's a lot to think about. Yeah, that's great. That's great, Davey. Wow.
So, but let's not forget what we're here for tonight. To help Steve live out one of his sexual fantasies to have a room full of his friends shit all over him.
Oh my God, this is better than all material.
One of Steve's best qualities is his ability to tell stories. He talks so much shit out of his mouth, his ass gets jealous. I'm so honored to be here to show my appreciation for Steve. I've known him for more years of my life than I haven't known him. He's like a big brother to me. The kind of big brother that will buy you alcohol and corrupt you as a minor, but will always make sure you get home alive.
Oh man, what a guy. Very nice. Very nice.
Growing up, I always looked up to him and thought he was so cool. We're still trying to figure out what's wrong with me, but Steve taught me valuable lessons that every kid should learn. Like, if I want to give a hand job, I just go to the side of my house that Steve calls hand job alley, but I won't use Polar Sport lotion because it'll burn your dick.
It's better.
Lastly, I just want you to know how happy I am that you and Jen are reunited. I never met 2 people meant for each other and so deserving of the love that you guys create when you're together. If this was the early 2000s, you guys would be my Brittany and Justin. But there's no really punchline to that one. I just want to wish you guys the most happiness in the world.
Oh,
Love you guys.
Wow. Fucking nailed it. Great job. Wow. Great. Wow. Wow. That was fucking great. Wow. Nose hair. I gotta start trimming nose hair. Okay. Oh man, not gonna be self-conscious about that or anything. Okay, let's keep it moving. We're gonna move on to 44's favorite son, the man, the myth, the legend, the Benoit Podcasy, Bern Podcasy. Come on up. Come on up. Thanks, man. Yep.
Oh man. Yeah, that's a tough act to follow. Jamie, I've only heard a couple of the episodes, you're fairly new to it. But it's nice to see. I heard that, you talked about how you danced before, and it looks like the nipples are exactly kind of what I thought they were going to be. It matches the idea in my mind. Thanks to our buddy here, Matt. No one would be here if Matt wasn't organizing this whole thing and staying up late and falling asleep during the podcast and waking up at 2 a.m. for no reason, just shouting into the void. So I just want to thank our short king right here. Without him, none of this would actually be possible. So thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt. You're dressed like the world's most intimidating mattress salesman right now. Guys, this is a big night for me. I've actually, other than Matt, have never met Steve, Liam, JDub. I've never met anybody in this entire room before. And they say don't ever meet your heroes. So I just hope I don't let these guys down. Some of the behind the scenes stuff you might not realize. Liam looks like a totally normal human being in person. I don't know what it is on the if it's the green screen or if it's how we shoot it, but sometimes when we're doing the pop-in, I feel like Liam looks like he's stuck between, like, if Pinocchio got stuck right between puppet and real boy, like whatever the middle was. But I am, guys, it's just the camera. He is 100% real boy.
Real boy.
Yeah. What can we say about JDub other than he's dressed like Rain Man tonight? And that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And now we have Steve. Steve, what did they tell you this show was going to be tonight?
They really didn't tell me anything.
So you weren't super duped. Did you suspect it?
He sensed it.
That's
Just too nice.
yeah. That's not surprising.
Yeah, he's a smart guy.
Steve, we've gotten to know each other a little bit over the last year and a half. We've had a lot of conversations. I've learned a lot. For example, like in the dictionary, your picture is right next to the definition of yeah. If the phrase "I'll give you something to cry about" was a person, he'd be sitting right next to me wearing a very, very pink hat. Now, just for Jada out there, the dictionary is a book. I know that's not really your thing, but based on the way you're dressed, that might be the only one you've ever read. Yeah.
I buy a book from him.
Steve, it's a pleasure for you to invite me into your shop. After all, I'm just a soccer playing, college going, Giants rooting, Stu Nod.
Do not.
Yeah. But I'm here and I appreciate, listen, we'll talk about that next week when we're crossing streams. I appreciate you having me here, man. It is really cool to finally meet all of you in person. I think this was a really good idea. And I can't wait to see what Steve has prepared when all is said and done. I'm sure it's going to be way more savage than anything that we prepared. So good luck, everyone. And hold on to your butts.
Hold on, but great job. Great job. All right. Wow.
Was that not fun or what? Man, good stuff, Bern. Really coming in good. All right. Very nice. Now we're moving on to everyone's favorite Bible salesman, the one and only JDub Justin Richardson. Come on up here.
Welcome to the podcast. Give it up for today, then. It's doing a fantastic job tonight. I'm very excited. Oh, you bunch of fucks. This is such a good idea. Let's see. So give it up for our host. He's doing a wonderful job tonight. I'm so proud of him. He's suffering from the opposite of alopecia. He is the hairiest bastard alive. Bern, I thought you were much fatter, so a lot of my jokes aren't going to make a lot of sense. I have a bunch of Patrick Star and side chick.
You have fat jokes for him and not me.
Yeah, turns out Liam's much fatter than I remember, and Bern's much thinner than he looks on the internet. You don't look like a black guy side chick at all, which I have many notes of. Bunch of fucking losers up here. All right, so we're actually not having a roast tonight. This is an intervention for Steve being a complete asshole. We're gonna go through most of this. Jamie, I don't, we had a different childhood growing up. We would all go out as kids. We'd be worried coming home smelling like cigarettes. Jamie'd be worried she'd smell like cocoa butter. Jamie was sexually molested as a kid. I don't know if a lot of people know that or not. And every night, that traumatic event replays in her perpetrator's mind, tortured by the awfulness of her body. She's the first stripper who would come out nude, and then people would give money to put her clothes back on and get her to get off the stage. The more you give, the faster it ends. This isn't actually a roast. We're all actually gathered together to get the ring back from Frodo for her so she can have her precious.
I don't. I do.
Matt, my set's almost done. So if you want to get your bike together and start riding up here, you can get ready. Liam's here. Which means that there's no one in Notre Dame Tower tonight to ring the bell. There's no one to tell you a riddle when you cross a bridge this evening. Liam's soul is so void of color and black that Jamie's trying to date it after tonight's show. Liam and I are both fatherless. We share that in common. And if he wants to do the right thing for his child, he will follow tradition. Isn't actually a roast. This is actually a fundraiser for Liam to get a chin before the end of the
Oh my God.
Bern, this is a comedy roast. There is not pork roast here. This is just jokes. This isn't a pig roast. It's actually 9 times up. I've heard that people say that Cabot is intolerant. He's a bigot. He's ugly. He's dumb. He doesn't follow the LGBTQ community. He's not a friend of most social groups. He's belligerent. He's obnoxious. He's smelly. But to all those people, I say he is also racist. I met Steve Cabot a very long time ago, and I did not like him. I hated him until maybe 7 months ago. We share similar family issues, similar brotherly issues. We share the common love of dogs. I entrust this man with my life. I know that if I needed a body buried, if somebody fucked with me as a child, I know that he would hit me and yell at me for whatever reason I had gotten in trouble for, but he would then help. I appreciate this man like an older brother, as if he is a good old head to a good young bull. And I love this man. And I thank you all for taking these obnoxious jokes. Oh, and my breathing pattern is disturbed. Thank you very much. I love you all. Thank you.
Great. All right. All right, guys. So let's talk. Okay, let's talk Jackie. All right. Man, a lot of fun stuff. A lot of fun stuff to talk about. Really good. Okay. Liam Reese is here, right? Liam Reese. Got it. Yep. Liam is a recovering addict and single father. I was so happy that Liam and his daughter could both share their first 12 steps. Liam, I love you. All right. Bern Podcasy is here. Hey, Bern.
Hey, everybody.
Yep. Bern would fit in perfectly at a school. He has the face of the librarian and the body of the lunch lady. I'm confident Bern wouldn't develop another coat problem because it's too hard for him to look himself in the mirror. All right. JDub is here, everybody. JDub.
Hello.
JDub, I'm really happy to see you here, and I'm really happy that you could save some money by cutting your own hair. It looks great. Looks fantastic. JDub is hiding his homosexuality by paying Veronica, his girlfriend, to pretend to be in love with him, because no one can figure that one out. Great stuff. Let's keep moving. Jamie Iglesias is here. Yep. Jamie Iglesias, she filled in for Jana after Jana abandoned us. It's kind of the opposite of her sex life because she gets filled in and then she gets abandoned. Just kidding. I'm so happy Jamie is here. And that, guess what? Her interview will be airing next Tuesday on the Working Perspectives podcast and all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives podcast. Little FYI, in that interview, she admits to multiple accounts of statutory rape that she committed.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yep. Finally, the man of the hour, Steve Cabot. I truly love Steve. I love the endless hours of editing that he causes and the multiple sponsorships that he's cost us because he can't stop spouting homophobic slurs. Believe it or not, Steve graduated high school. Believe it or not, Steve graduated high school. Little known fact is that Steve's #1 subject in high school was being a wigger. Steve is famously afraid of commitment. The only thing that runs away faster than Steve does for us from commitment is his hairline from his forehead.
Interesting.
Yeah, Steve has been locked up several times, and being a mechanic really came in handy when he was locked up because he had so much success servicing tailpipes. How about it? Steve does have an ego. Whenever he is banging someone, he closes his eyes and pretends he's jerking off. But in all honesty, I want to talk about this guy as much as we're busting for him. So we'll wind it back a few years. When I first met Steve, it was at a wrestling practice in high school, and he threw a mop at me. Don't know why. Might have been my fault, but it's definitely his. But let's keep it moving then to present day. So I'm doing the show, right? We had just started the show in January 5th of 2021. Steven reached out to me beyond the show on the Tuesday show, right? And he had a great time, really great show. It's an episode available now on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Work Checks Podcast. But what had happened is that, you know, at that time, the show was going through some bumps. Shake was leaving. Pete was transitioning at that time. And the Poppin', we had just, what's that?
You know a woman?
Yes. But the Poppin', we had just started, right? And, you know, one of the things that's tough is you have to be consistent in this game. And that's one thing that we preach that we do. And Steve had been on the show. We had aired a 2-episode series with him, which went really well. And then we had started recording pop-ins. And, you know, there's a few people I could reach out to at the time, but one person that I didn't think I could that would come through and has come through every time since then was Steve. Right? He's someone you can rely on, someone you can count on. He's had my back through this whole thing. He's my right-hand man. You know, we do have a saying on this show from the great Steven Jackson, is that we ride together, fam. And no one embodies that more than Steve. I'll tell you that right now. This is his 113th appearance on the Working Perspectives podcast. Yeah. How about it? He comes here ready to play, ready to perform every week. I mean, there's no one really I can count on more, and I can't thank him enough for doing this. I love the hell out of him. And, you know, if he wants to get up here and say a couple things, we'd be happy to hear it. Come on, Steve. All right. Could I be sitting this close?
I just want you guys to know from the bottom of my heart that I feel like a woman. Not transition. Not planning to come out and tell you guys that I tell you that I was gonna go out and wrestle for the 2024 Women's Olympics as Stephanie Cabot. And you scumbag all shook my fucking hand and said that's a great idea. I support you. And then come on and roast me. 2023. I don't know if you can air this episode. To be honest, just think about it. This is not acceptable. It's a sincere moment for me. I took it serious. Got my fucking singlet on. Every medal I've ever won. A fucking belt I bought $100 for to show you that I'm better. You guys make fun of me, huh? Well, know that this show is full of terrible people. Unaccepting people.
Be proud of yourself.
Be proud, yeah. Last thing, because Mr. JDub got jokes. You said we grew up with a similar family. No, my dad stuck around.
Yeah, mothers are booze
No,
now.
honestly, obviously, kind of knew that something is a little different by the way Matt was avoiding some of my talking with him. So, did I go a little overboard? I don't fucking think so because, again, I love Matt. He's a good person. Bern, great first time to meet you. These two fucking dickheads can eat shit. Jamie, I love, good person. Fuck these two. But here's the thing. I'm gonna need somebody to donate to my conquest for the 2024 Women's Olympics, and I think it needs to be the show that pumps.
Yeah.
I need shoes.
Yeah.
Training facility.
Yeah.
Diet plan.
Rehab.
Yeah. Steroids. Yes, fun time. Thank you guys. This was I'm happy that I wore the proper attire.
Yeah, you nailed
I,
it.
just in case anybody's counting. There's 6 medals in a world title, so.
All right, so we're gonna do some closing moments. So before we get out of here, Liam, please come to the mic and give us your closing. What are you closing?
Say good night, Liam.
That went surprisingly well.
How about it? How fucking about it?
I am like floored right now, dude. I'm not kidding.
Feel shame.
So I'm gonna assume that later, when I get home, there's gonna be a half-hour voicemail on my phone. Telling me how much of a piece of shit I am.
Yeah.
But no, you're the best, Steve. Thanks, man. Thanks for being a good sport.
This is fun.
You're the best.
Awesome. All right, very good. Jamie, I'm not gonna lie. You had talked to me about being the most nervous about this, and I told you, hey, no matter what you say, the guys will pop. All right, everyone will laugh. Fucking, you were probably the best one. You nailed it. Jamie. So yeah, if you could come up with your final thoughts, please.
I love you, Steve. I don't really have much of
You've done enough.
Yeah, you nailed it. Awesome. Great stuff. Yeah, thank you, Jamie. Bern, if you could please share your final thoughts.
Yeah, sure. Well, before we forget, this show tonight has been sponsored by a new podcast on the Working Perspective Podcast Network. It's called like Shitty Lavelle. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's like if you like two guys with the exact same opinion, erratic air dates, chicken juice, then you need to check into Lavelle and shit or whatever it is. And so I just want to make sure we got that out there so we didn't lose this.
Airing Thursday sometime in the
Before you go to bed.
Yeah, great to be here. Great to finally get into HR. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just, really settle in. We got a
Play forms up on the calendar.
lot of meetings today, a lot of ins, outs, a lot of what have yous. It's like Succession, but cooler. I had a really good joke that I forgot to tell, where I was going to ask JDub that what were the Hendersons going to do right now. If he wasn't there, like how is John Lithgow going to learn to love unconditionally? I did forget about that one.
Steve's got the fucking ape's forehead.
Yeah, I had another joke about Steve's commitment to teaching young sweaty boys how to hug and all different kind of hug formations. But I just want to say it's been a real pleasure, Jamie. I'm sorry I botched your roast so bad because we just never met. I just had a bad phrasing. No, I know. No. You deserve better, and I will think of something truly terrible to say to you the next time I see you, and that is a promise. Steve, you're the best. I'm still shaken by your response. Yeah, Liam's right. I'm scared. But I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Jalen Dub, please come up here with your final thoughts.
I don't think it's fair at all to roast a man who's already in a singlet. I just, for the record, it's like roasting a knight in It's a wild scene.
Yeah.
I'm privileged and proud to be here. I'm thankful for everyone who showed up. I had something much funnier to say as I was walking up here, but I don't recall what it is. Thank you for all being here.
Henry, you know what? I forgot that God Bless America. Oh, man.
Sing it now.
Should I?
No.
All right. Steve, before I say my final thoughts, can you come up here and give us your final
Like Sperm Cowboy.
Just so we're fucking clear. I didn't win the belt or the fucking hat, but I earned every one of these.
True. I was there.
Second off, say goodnight to the fucking bad guy.
And to thank Steve for his 113th episode. Love this. Thanks for being a good sport. This was your 2-year anniversary celebration. And I would just like to quote the late, great Reza Ramon. Good times come and go. Dreams do come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do. This has been the Working Perspectives Podcast. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend. Better. We
I mean, sometimes, yeah.
so sometimes on the pop-in we'll do post show where we just talking bullshit.
Give me a
Should
beer.
we do post show?
Yeah, sure, why not?
We have time. That's right, dude.
You have
That went so fucking smooth, right, dude? Did you everyone
You're doing the sport? Well done going first.
No, that was the one thing I was I did not want to do.
You're good.
I'm glad I went to
It wasn't a-
But it's always hard.
Yeah, I was. One thing I was like, "We're out here. Let me
Oh,
get
love it.
back." Like I just don't want to. I just don't want to leave.
No, I was very glad to go first, especially after.